y'all. All right, so it's after work on a Thursday, and there's a lot of activity going on in the neighborhood. People are riding their four-wheelers, kids are screaming. You'll have to forgive the noise, but, and whatever that is. Okay, people are having fun. They're just living their lives. Too close to mine. Today, this space down here behind me, I've got some bare dirt, and we're gonna drop some seeds in it, okay? Mostly in this area. I may spread it around a little bit, but I've got between 12 and 15 things, okay? We're just gonna do this right now. I'm gonna make it fast. I need to plant more of this orange glow because the seeds never came up. So we're gonna do that because I want some of that melon. I want all the melons. I'm gonna do more Sharon taste, okay? Because I want more melons, more. Because so far, germination has been terrible. Plants are growing slow. Let's just do more. Caserta squash. We're gonna be doing a lot of squash today. I'm gonna flood this garden with squash and see if I can just outplant that vine borer. So, Caserta, North Georgia Candy Roaster, Honey Nut, Pattison Panache, Frenchy French, patty pan type squash, yellow crookneck, yeah, Italian striped cocozelle zucchini. I tried some of these in the grow bags earlier this year, and I don't know if it's that awful soil, that hard as a rock, muckety muck of potting soil from Kroger that I think is absolute garbage. Anyway, nothing seems to be growing in it. The plants in pots that are doing the best are the plants that are in old soil from last year or the year before. It's crazy. It's noisy as well. White scallop squash, more squash. Another melon, tender sweet watermelon, because, well, that other one is getting choked out by my cowpeas. Happens. And then dark green zucchini. There's one seed in this corner, one. So we're gonna get one. Anyway, my tags are already made. All I have to do is dig my holes and put these things in the ground. And then I'll show you them in the ground. And I'm already sweating. We're just hot here till November. We're hot till November. All right, let me get started.
Let's get started. Oh, that's real good.
It's raining on me, oh my God. Okay, we gotta go, sorry.
You've got to get a hold of yourself.
You ever seen bees pollinating grass? I haven't before. I mean, it makes sense, but shows you how bad I need to weed eat this protege, okay? It's the weeds are shin. They're right to the middle of my shin. Everywhere. Okay, so I'm out here again, not as early as I wanted to. I'm just gonna have to accept it now. I'm not gonna get out here at 5:45 or 6 a.m. Makes me sad, but it's not gonna happen. So I'm out here today to finish what I started 2 days ago, which was planting those seeds. And I got rained on. I got soaked so bad. I was freezing when I got inside in the air conditioning. I was drenched, wet. So I'm gonna finish those seeds. I think I still have some melons and some squash to do. The packets got soaked. I hope the seeds didn't get ruined. I hope they didn't start to like pre-sprout and then have to stop and then die. That could happen too. Anyway, we're gonna finish up those melons and squash real quick. And then over there where that white picket fence is, I need to weed that so badly. It's so full of weeds. My whole life is weeds right now because of all the rain and all the heat. I feel like I'm covered in weeds. which means grasses, assorted grasses and things. So I've got to weed that because my watermelons are doing nothing because they're getting choked out and shaded by all the weeds. Blueberries, well, they're just not doing nothing for probably other various reasons. And then my roselle is doing really good because it's hot and it's wet. They love it. So first of all, I'm going to do these seeds. I'm going to recap. I got to do I have to. I'm going to do these seeds. I'm going to weed that mess over there, and I'm going to weed eat this garden so I can put the battery back on the charger so my husband can weed eat the rest of the property. That's what's going to happen first, and then we'll see what else fun we can do because it's Saturday. I have today and tomorrow to do all my fun things where I have to go back to work. Okay, so let's do some fun. Well, are they fun? Are they fun? And by the way, there's spiders everywhere, like spider webs, like little ones. Every time I mention a spider, it doesn't mean it's a big one. Oh my God, we had a wolf spider in the pantry 2 days ago. Big old brown wolf spider in the pantry in the kitchen. Told my husband quit leaving that back door open or make sure it's shut all the way. That's the only way something that big could have got in the house is the ding dang door was open. Okay.
Let's get started.
So I added one that wasn't on my original list just because I don't think I'm going to get one with what I have planted. And I must have my own. I must have one. And that's a Kajari melon. So my bestie Cece was so nice to grow one for me last year. She didn't like them, but she grew a really nice one. And I went and ate it and it was delicious. I need my own, okay? So instead of using my stash of seeds, which is what I planted over by the other melons on that melon trellis thingy, I'm going to use some seeds that I got from Nina and Boyce. So maybe getting some different genetics up in here will get me a ding-dang Kajari melon. Anyway, my tomato tower here where I have my rattlesnake pole beans growing up. I have my Phil's 2 tomato, my Oaxacan Jewel tomato. There's room to get a Kajari going up the middle. So I'm going to plant about 3 seeds and cross my fingers. I believe that's all for the seeds for this morning anyway. So put this away. Anyway, next let me move on to weeding this. Real quick, I hope. Let me show you. All of that needs to be weeded. It's real bad. It's real bad. Okay. I'll give you a close-up before, because it didn't look completely different after, like completely. Oh, and I have more roselle in the house, seedlings that I started a few weeks ago. Anyway. So those can come out. That's going to be fun.
Let's get started. Oh, that's real good.
So most of what's in here is Chinese tallow, baby, tiny challah trees. This is about 15 trees. And dewberry, which is a wild, thorny, stickleberry, blackberry. I found some fun little mushrooms. They're like fluorescent yellow. Let me show you.
You've got to get a hold of yourself.
I know, it's fun. Anyway, back to work. getting out of breath. Just from the heat. I'm not doing anything cardiovascular necessarily. The heat, it's the air is thick. Anyway, so this is mostly done. I have come to the section of Bermuda, like straight up Bermuda. So that's gonna take a long time. And so I'm gonna do it without you. And then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna sit for a minute and have a big old chug of water. Big chug of water. And then I'll come back and finish that. It's bothering me. Okay. All right then. Oh, I'll be back in a minute.
Let's get started. Oh, that's real good.
Yeah, we're not gonna make it much longer out here. I'm not gonna, it's too hot. Too hot and sweaty. So, Mr. Smith's going mowing the backyard there on his new zero turn. So happy with it. Okay. Yeah, I'll be happy when it's paid off. Okay, my roselle, I'm putting the stakes in now. Every year I say I'm gonna stake my roselle so it's not a big floppy mess once it gets 6 feet tall. And I never quite do it. I never quite do it, or I kind of half-ass it. Okay, it happens. This time I've got the stakes in while they're small. They look really good. Roselle right there. I know, I'm so excited. I have 2 more varieties. I've got some from, where do I have them? Renee's Garden and M.I. Gardner. I have seeds, Roselle seeds. So right now I have 4 going out here, and I have either 6 or 8 in the house under grow lights that we'll bring out soon. Maybe not right now, but soon. Anyway, my throat and my chest are real tight, so I'm gonna sit and have some water. I finally got all of this, well, most of this Bermuda grass out of here, at least what was topside. Now, you know those things have stolons or runners or whatever it's called, underground tubers, that it's just gonna re-infiltrate, repopulate the bed eventually. That's just Bermuda grass, that's inevitable. But I'm surprised how much I did get out. This soil was fairly light and fluffy, and it kind of pulled up really easy, so that's good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rake up this area real quick and take a break, and kind of reassess kind of what else I want to do today. He used the weed eater and ate up the battery, so I'll have to weed eat later this evening maybe, I don't know. It's just so green behind me, it makes me smile. Every time I'm just like, it's so green. All the trees are not gone back there, by the way, update, all the trees are not gone. Whatever they were doing was just out of sight from our tree line. I mean, I saw trees coming down. I actually saw some big trees falling, but for the most part, our view is intact. So fingers crossed it stays that way, okay? Anyway, all right, well, I've been yapping. Let me rake this up, clean this up, and then I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break. All right, bye. All right, so it's later in the evening and I came back out. I went in the house for like 5 hours. And I came back out to do some weeding after the sun, you know, stopped trying to murder me. And I noticed some poop on my chartreuse Groovy Tunes tomato. Look at that little guy. Is he not matching? Perfect matching energy with the foliage of that leaf. I know. I almost didn't see him. Almost didn't see him. I saw his black poop. So I saw that poop, and then I saw these, you know, leaves were eaten. That's him. That's him. Anyway, I just want to show you that. I'm just out here weeding. Probably wrap up this video tomorrow, because I forgot where I was and what I was doing, and honestly, I just want to do weeding right now. I don't know one thing about it, so. Mr. Smith did a good job weed eating for me today. He's putting more string on there, but oh my gosh, it looks so much better. I gotta rake it out. But you can see where the it's so tall. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Anyway, we'll get this done today, and then tomorrow would be nice. I can come out early and actually get to work instead of doing, you know, chores. Also, I want to show you there is an asparagus coming up. There. Yeah. I have a few that have already matured and ferned out, but that's a new little baby. And before I go inside, I want to harvest. I have a Dr. Witchy's tomato. Oh, and it's got leaf-footed bugs on it. Anyway, I'm going to pick that tomato with leaf-footed bugs on it. And I have a Dark Galaxy that's ready. That Dark Galaxy is gorgeous. Anyway, let me pick these real quick while Mr. Smith finishes the poke. All right, it's Sunday, and I've only been out here a few minutes, and this heat sucks. It sucks so bad. Anyway, we have some clouds rolling in. Unless they cover up the sun here pretty quick, I'm gonna have to go inside. But I think we've reached the end of this video here. Finally. That bed with the blueberries and my roselle hibiscus looks beautiful. So I will walk you through the plants that are in that bed. Oh goodness, some sort of bee fly thing. I'll walk you through what's in that bed. I did string up, put some string on my melon tower, I guess my tower of melons, so that they can climb more easily up and over. Like it's hard to talk, like the air is so thick, like it's making my throat hurt. Let's see, tomatoes, I got all those trimmed up yesterday. There's a bunch of cuttings like back behind that I'm gonna have to rake up because I took out a bunch of dead and disease looking foliage off the tomatoes that are on the cattle panels back there. We got our squashes planted, more melons planted. We got noodle beans harvested. I mean, I feel like I did quite a bit over the last few days. Got a lot of weeding done, still have more to do. And I think that's what I'll continue doing. If I can get some cloud cover. And I just won't film, you know, I'll get it all cleaned up. Ice water. Anyway. But yeah, if I can get some cloud cover, I will keep weeding and raking. I've got a lot of raking to do. Mr. Smith finished weed eating inside here. I wish I had a teeny tiny lawnmower. Like all I need is a teeny tiny little push battery operated lawnmower. So I'm gonna look at that. Since I got my first check from YouTube, hello everyone. I got my first check ever. I have had this channel 4 years. I think I had, you know, my 1,000 subscribers like 2 years ago, and I finally got monetized sometime last year. So it's been a process, but I got my first check on Friday. I was excited about that. Anyway, it's a nice chunk too. Thank you guys. Those of you who watch the ads, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Anyway, I need a teeny tiny lawnmower because that weed eater is hard on both of our back and shoulders because we're old, and I just want to push something like a stroller. I just want to push it. So I'll look at that. If y'all know of any really good economical battery powered small lawnmowers, let me know. I would be interested in looking into those. All right, guys. Well, let me quickly walk you through the contents of that little garden, and then I'll sign off. All right, in this bed here, I've got a Tiff Blue blueberry. I've got some Blue Hubbard squash there, and then I've got 3 Mahogany Splendor hibiscus on the back. Middle is a Brightwell blueberry. On the end is a Premier blueberry. There's more of my Mahogany Splendor hibiscus, and there is a tiny Sangria watermelon. It was doing a lot better, but when I was pulling weeds, I guess I dislodged the roots, and then it sat in the sun all day, and it looked so sad. So I've watered the beds. This next section here, my Grace and Fire sunflower, getting big. Got a Moon and Stars watermelon back there. And then I have 4 hibiscus from my stash of saved seed, and I did put the stakes in there yesterday. I need to tie them to the stakes. Roselle, what I've noticed is very, as it gets bigger, because it will get big, you know, 6, 8, 10 feet if you have the right conditions. The limbs are very breakable. As soon as the fruit starts coming on, the weight of it, limbs break all the time. A windstorm, it'll blow over. It's just very unstable in my experience. So I have more seedlings in the house, and when those go in, stakes will go in immediately behind them. It just is going to save me trouble down the road. And then the last 2 things in the bed is this purple trailing lantana. I have 2 of those. So I'm hoping those will spread out and cover the ground and help prevent weeds on this side. So, and of course these little picket fences, they're falling apart real quick. So we'll see if they last another season. Anyway, looks much better than it did. All right, guys, that's it for me for right now. Also, I'm gonna have to bring a ladder out here because I have noodle beans that are 10 feet in the air. So I'm gonna have to have a ladder out here to get to all of them. Also, I have tomatoes 10 feet in the air. So that's going to be a challenge. Anyway, fun challenge, fun. So I think I'm just going to bring the ladder out, one of the lighter ones, the aluminum ones, and just leave it in the potager. Because plus I still have to tie down Graham Thomas. I still never tied him down. That's my rose. Graham Thomas needs to be tied down over the arbor. Right now he's sticking straight up in the air. So, all right, my chest is getting tight again, which means it's time for me to go back into the AC. And drink lots and lots of water, okay? It's just crazy with this heat. It's too much right now. But anyway, let me get these epic echinaceas in the background for the sign-off. All right, guys, it's been fun. It's been quite a few days of filming. I thought it was just going to be a quick after work, plant some seeds, and then the rain delayed me, and then it took me like 2 more days to get back out here. And then the heat keeps sending me right back inside, so... Anyway, yeah, I gotta go in. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.